Thousands of years ago, a legend was born. A massive, heavily armored giant, seemingly indestructible, was brought down in seconds, not by a bigger army and not by an equally giant warrior, but by a young man with a simple sling and a single stone. History taught us a timeless lesson. Sheer size, heavy armor, and brute force do not guarantee victory. Agility, precision, and low cost always win. Fast forward to the 21st century, and history is repeating itself in the world of advanced robotics. For decades, science fiction and real engineering companies promised us the ultimate weapon: giant, piloted combat mechas. Multi-million-dollar walking fortresses capable of dominating any battlefield. We grew up watching these mechanical titans in movies and video games, believing they were the logical next step in land warfare. And for a moment, real-world defense contractors and tech startups almost made us believe it too. They poured fortunes into hydraulic legs, heavy exoskeletons, and cockpit control systems. It seemed like the era of the human-piloted war machine had finally arrived. So why aren't modern militaries deploying giant robots to the front lines today? The answer is simple. A $500 drone just made $10 million mechas completely useless. Here is the real reason giant military robots are already obsolete. It wasn't a sudden breakthrough in anti-tank missiles, nor was it a diplomatic ban on robotic warfare. The downfall of these giant machines happened quietly in commercial electronics stores and hobbyist workshops. While engineers spent decades trying to make a 10-ton machine balance on two legs, a micro-revolution was taking place right above their heads. The first fatal flaw is simple physics: size. A 4-meter-tall combat robot might look terrifying, but on a modern battlefield, it is an absolute magnet for enemy fire. Modern warfare relies on thermal sensors, radar, and satellite reconnaissance. A giant walking fortress cannot hide. It creates a massive radar cross-section and heat signature, making it a target that can be spotted and locked onto from kilometers away, long before it even sees the enemy. In modern combat, if you can be seen, you can be hit. And if you can be hit, you can be destroyed. A 4-meter-tall machine sticking out over the tree line or urban skyline is essentially a giant billboard for artillery officers and strike teams. Even with active camouflage or smoke screens, the massive heat generated by its engines lights up thermal optics like a flare in the dark. It has nowhere to hide. Bipedal locomotion, walking on two legs, is one of the most complex and energy-inefficient ways to move heavy armor. To power heavy hydraulic limbs and thick armor, a mecha requires massive battery systems or combustion engines. This adds thousands of pounds of weight. On rough terrain, mud, or urban rubble, a 10-ton walking robot risks sinking, falling over, or burning through its entire fuel supply in just a few hours of operation. Every step a giant robot takes is a mechanical nightmare. If a single actuator breaks, if a knee joint gets stuck with gravel, or if a gyro stabilizer loses power for a millisecond, 10 tons of steel crumble to the ground under their own weight. Unlike a tank, which distributes its weight over wide tracks, a bipedal robot concentrates thousands of pounds of pressure on just 2 small footprints. In soft soil or wet mud, it wouldn't even make it past the starting line. And then comes the ultimate game changer, the brutal math of modern warfare. Developing, building, and maintaining a single combat mecha costs millions of dollars. But a small commercial FPV drone equipped with a high explosive charge costs around $500. In seconds, a cheap, swarmable drone can destroy the optics, paralyze the hydraulics, or detonate the ammo supply of a multi-million-dollar machine. This is the definition of asymmetric warfare. You don't need to penetrate half a meter of composite armor to render a giant robot useless. A $500 drone doesn't attack the chest plate. It flies directly into the optical sensors, detonates against the exposed knee joints, or hits the cooling vents at the back. One low-cost impact and a $10 million marvel of engineering becomes an expensive pile of scrap metal. If taking down a giant robot with a single drone sounds easy, imagine what happens when you introduce swarm intelligence. We are no longer talking about a single pilot controlling a single FPV drone. Modern military research is heavily focused on autonomous drone swarms, dozens or even hundreds of micro-drones communicating with each other in real time through AI neural networks. An AI-driven swarm doesn't panic, doesn't hesitate, and cannot be completely jammed by electronic warfare.
If a 10-meter combat mecha enters the zone, the swarm attacks simultaneously from 360 degrees. while the mecha's defense systems try to target 2 or 3 incoming threats.
80 other drones hit its joints, optics, and power grid at the exact same millisecond. It's a death by 1,000 microcuts. It's not just a physical attack, it's an information overload. Modern air defense systems and human pilots in a cockpit are designed to track and target a few heavy incoming threats at a time. When faced with dozens of low-cost autonomous drones approaching simultaneously from every angle, radar systems freeze, targeting algorithms get overwhelmed, and human operators simply run out of time to react. This isn't just theoretical science fiction. Look at modern conflicts around the globe today. Multi-million-dollar main battle tanks, machines with thick composite armor, advanced active defense systems, and decades of engineering are being regularly disabled by commercial drones bought off the shelf for a fraction of the price. If heavily armored tanks on tracks, which are far more practical, low profile, and stable than bipedal robots, are struggling to survive in the age of aerial drones, a 4-meter-tall walking robot wouldn't last 4 minutes. Ground forces quickly realize that spending millions on a single huge weapon system is an invitation to instant destruction. And then there's the supply chain reality. When a complex $10 million combat robot gets its knee joint damaged or its internal cooling system punctured on the front line, you cannot fix it in a muddy trench. It requires specialized engineers, clean room facilities, and rare custom parts. Meanwhile, a damaged commercial drone can be repaired in 10 minutes with a 3D printer, basic soldering tools, and a spare propeller. So, does this mean military robotics is dead? Absolutely not. It just evolved into a completely different shape. Militaries aren't building giant humanoid titans. They are building smaller, smarter, and cheaper machines. Think of quadrupeds, robotic dogs equipped with reconnaissance sensors, small unmanned ground vehicles on tracks, and micro-stealth aerial drones. These smaller robots don't rely on thick steel armor to survive. They rely on low visibility, high agility, and modular design. If an enemy destroys a $5,000 robotic dog, you simply deploy another one from the back of an armored truck. It doesn't break the defense budget, and more importantly, no human pilot inside a cockpit ever loses their life. What makes these smaller robotic systems evolve so quickly is virtual simulation. Before a small autonomous drone or quadruped ever steps onto a real battlefield, AI algorithms run millions of simulated combat scenarios in digital environments in just a few days. They learn to dodge obstacles, coordinate attacks, and adapt to terrain at a speed no human-engineered giant robot could ever match. Thousands of years after David stood before Goliath, the fundamental rule of conflict remains untouched. Giant size inspires fear, but agility and precision dictate the outcome. Science fiction sold us the dream of towering mechanical giants dominating the Earth. But real-world physics and brutal battlefield economics gave victory to the smallest stone.
If you enjoyed this deep dive into warfare technology and robotics, hit the like button, share your thoughts in the comments below, and subscribe for more breakdown videos like this. Since we're a small channel, it won't attack us, so, well, see you in the future.